Many supermarket shelves in the UK currently look like they did at the beginning of the corona pandemic. Empty. The country is threatened with food shortages. The reason is a lack of truck drivers. Now, the military should step in. Fruit, vegetables, fresh meat. There is currently a shortage of food in the UK. The shelves of many supermarkets across the country remain empty. I made some videos about that earlier already. The reason for the shortage of goods is the lack of truck drivers, which hinders deliveries from the warehouses to the supermarkets. The UK government is expected to issue an official request for assistance to the military shortly. The Road Haulage Association, the RHA, estimates that up to 100,000 drivers are missing across the country. The historical shortage was fueled by new Brexit rules, such as the recently necessary work visas for EU citizens, and by the pandemic. In the past year, around 30,000 truck drivers' license tests could not have been taken due to corona rules. Most recently, many drivers had to isolate themselves because of contact with corona-infected people, and supermarket shelves across the country indeed did remain empty. But even before that, comparatively low pay and high training costs had caused problems. Only recently, the German retail giant Aldi has raised wages to prevent drivers from being poached in the midst of the supply crisis triggered by Brexit and corona. As British media report, the army truck drivers have now been put in readiness to remedy the chronic shortage of truck drivers and the resulting food shortage. Around 2,000 truck drivers from the Royal Logistics Corps and other regiments will be parked for 5 days to help distribute food and essentials, it is said. Messages are sent to all army personnel with truck qualifications. They are placed on a 5-day waiting list for driver jobs in major distribution centers across the country, a source is quoted as saying, to face the crisis. They will be involved in the distribution of food as well as the transportation of other essentials and medical supplies. Last month, the Boris Johnson administration temporarily increased the working hours for drivers from 9 to 10 hours, allowing them to make longer journeys. However, this measure, which the Road Haulage Association called sticking plaster, was not enough to solve the distribution problems. Talking about Brexit benefits, Chinese applications to UK universities now outstrip the total number of would-be students from the European Union, highlighting the impact of Brexit and the sector's growing reliance on China, even as relations cool between London and Beijing. And I remember exactly what Brexiteers told me about that topic. Applicants from the EU dropped by 43% to 28,400 according to data from the UK. University Admissions Service UCAS. That compared with the 28,490 applications from China, a number that has more than doubled since 2017. The sharp decline in applicant numbers from the EU was disappointing but expected, according to Stephanie Harris, Head of Engagement at Universities UK, that's a lobby group. Rule changes since Brexit mean EU students now pay higher international fees at most British universities. Fees for international studies are typically higher than the £9,250 maximum charged for domestic tuition by English universities. That means the drop in numbers from the union isn't currently a financial concern. Nevertheless, Harris cautioned that the diversity of experience on campus risks being undermined unless the UK government does more to attract European students. International students contributed an estimated £22.6 billion to the UK economy in 2015-2016, according to a 2018 report by the Higher Education Policy Institute. The government aims to grow that figure to £35 billion a year by 2030. Only Northern Ireland, which still charges local rates to EU applicants, saw a rise in applicants from the Union in 2021. That was also shown by UCAS data. The applicant breakdown is likely to raise questions about whether British universities are becoming over-reliant on students arriving from China, according to Nick Hillman, the Institute's director. The shift comes at a time of growing tensions between the UK and China on issues ranging from the future of Hong Kong to Xinjiang and intellectual property theft. British intelligence agencies have also raised concerns over links between universities and the Chinese government, amid claims sensitive defensive technology is being passed to Beijing. British universities would feel a very chill wind if Chinese students stopped coming, Hillman said, and he said, there aren't enough students coming from other countries around the world, relative to the Chinese numbers. The operating model of a British university is to take a loss on almost everything except international students who provide the revenue to fund university research, Hillman said. And he said, the reason people think that British universities are some of the best in the world is because our research is so good. Oh, and another fun part today, the Brexit party is in a bit of trouble too. Oh, sorry, Reform UK. The group, formerly known as the Brexit Party, has been told that its bank account will be shut down because it is no longer commercially viable. Richard Tice, who leads the relaunched Reform UK, said the move by Metro Bank was outrageous and claimed the decision was politically motivated. The Brexit Party was relaunched as anti-lockdown party called Reform UK in November 2020 and has since campaigned against the government's COVID restrictions. But the party's leader admitted it would struggle to operate after receiving a letter from the Metro Bank in July that said the party's account would be shut down in 60 days. Mr. Tice told the Sunday Telegraph that Metro's bank decision was based on politics and the difficulty for banks being involved with politically exposed persons and political parties. It's absolutely outrageous, he said. We are fifth in the polls. It's not like we're extremist zealots. Oh, yes, you are. We got 300,000 votes in the May elections. If we were a proper functioning democracy, then new disruptors need to be able to operate. You can't operate if you don't have a bank account that you can pay bills with. The politician claimed 4 high street banks had turned down the Brexit party when it was set up by Mr. Tice and Nigel Farage in November 2018 before Metro Bank agreed to become its banker. Yeah, that's what we call free trade. Mr. Farage, who stood for election to the UK's Parliament 7 times without success, announced in March that he was stepping down as leader of Reform UK to pursue his media career. Yeah, we all know how that went. I feel my political career in the sense of actively leading a political party, fighting election campaigns. I think now's the moment to say I have done it, he said. Metro Bank's 27th of July letter to Reform UK stated that after careful consideration, we are unable to continue to act as your bankers. In a statement, a spokesman for the bank said, we regularly review our customer accounts and close those which are no longer commercially viable. The decision to close the Brexit Party account was made for commercial reasons only as a business as usual decision. Metro Bank is and will remain politically neutral. And something else, I love the subscriber advertising by The Guardian, by the way, I saw today. I had quite a laugh when I read it. Just listen. To subscribe to Dominic Cummings' breathless blog costs £10 a month. For less than half the price, you can become a Guardian supporter. This is also a publishing outfit generally skeptical about the leadership of the British government. But unlike the Cummings account, The Guardian also offers alternative views, hundreds of articles every day, available free as a public service, brilliant writing from people like Marina Hyde, Raphael Baer and John Grace, and you can't blame us for Brexit. That's funny and I like it. By the way, they didn't pay me to say that, and I still have not subscribed, by the way. But speaking of subscribe, if you want to get a little bit more information and think a bit outside the box, take a look at my 2 other English language outside views channels, Europe and Global. I bring a more far-reaching picture, as the name suggests already. Europe already has more than 2,000 subscribers and is on a good way, and Global is on the right track too, but could use a few more viewers and a little bit of watch time. So if you're interested in something outside your box, I suggest you visit me there too. And one other thing, because I thought I formulated that well, but I think there was some confusion. My birthday is this month, but it's not yet. That's why I always wrote, until my birthday, the discount on my merch is live. So you will see when the discount is not working anymore, that's the day after my birthday. If you find that out, then you will know what my birthday is. Nevertheless, I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.